So tell me, how excited are you really to be the new guy at work? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to know absolutely nobody and have that awkward, sweaty feeling happening? Was that crickets? Don't worry, because in this video, I'm going to help you introduce yourself to your team, your coworkers, whoever it might be on your first day at the job. Welcome to the channel, Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help new managers become better leaders, and I do that with no nonsense sense. If that makes any sense. Okay, fact. Being the new guy, being the new person, sucks. You're probably excited because you got the job, which is fantastic. But then you get the cold sweats and you're just thinking, oh my goodness, I don't know a soul. Maybe if you're lucky, you've got your manager or whoever hired you to kind of lean on, but sometimes you just kind of get thrown to the wolves. That is not a comfortable spot to be in. But don't worry, because you are becoming a leader, and leaders do not rely on comfort. I mean, it's nice, but we don't need it. With any luck, your hiring manager or the person who brought you into the company, with any luck, has sent out an introductory email or a welcome email, or they are going to take you around the department and introduce you to the key people that you're going to be working a lot with. But there's a chance that that's not going to happen. And that is what this video is for. So what are you going to do? First thing, ask your supervisor, ask your boss, ask the person who hired you, whoever is above you. Ask them if they can introduce you to some people. Don't do it in a demanding way. Oh, I need to be introduced. And don't do it like a wuss because you're scared of people. Do it in a natural kind of conversation. Like, would you mind if you introduce me to a few people? Just kind of let me get comfortable here. I'm really excited to meet some people, but if you could just point me in the right direction, give me a few people to talk to. You just want to ask them in a conversational type of way to help you out, throw you a bone. Like, come on, man, I'm brand new. Give me a little something. See, this is how I can do things because this is my personality. If that's not your personality, you need to lean on what your strengths are. Mine, I can be silly. That's okay. That's okay. That's how I work. Now, what happens if your hiring manager doesn't have time? Then what do? You just go to your desk or your station and say nothing? Absolutely not. If you can't get somebody to hold your hand and walk you around, you do it yourself. Start by going to the area you're working, the department, the station, depending on the job, obviously, but go and then start introducing yourself. Hi, I'm Mike. I'm new, recently got hired for this position. Here's a very important tip. Don't be a stage 5 Klingon. Don't overshare. Don't try to be somebody's best friend in the first 5 minutes. Because if you come to me that way, immediately, I'll be polite, but I will walk away from you, no problem, because you are a few shades of crazy that I don't want to deal with. And that might not be the situation. You're probably just nervous. But keep in mind, don't push yourself too far onto people because you're going to make them step back. Again, be friendly, be kind, be curious, and just casually have some conversation. End it. Don't make it too long, short and sweet, and move on to the next person. Not necessarily in a like a chain. You're going from one to done. Take your time. When you see somebody, introduce yourself. One thing I can say, if you are going into a supervisory role, do not wait for people, especially your team, to introduce themselves. Although that is it would help you relax. People are judging you. People are going to watch you. I know this because I've done this. I've watched new supervisors. And if they do not come to me and introduce themselves, that's a big X on their profile for me. Not that that makes a big difference, but at the same time, when the entire team is like, I don't know, I don't like that guy. He's arrogant. He's cocky. That's probably not what's going on, but this is what happens with people's stories. If you don't give them a story, they make up a story. So always make sure you are going out of your way to say hi, to introduce yourself. Be humble. Be curious. Be kind. Be friendly. That's it. Easy. Next, ask the HR department, ask your hiring manager if there's an organizational chart. Now, what do you want this for? You want this because you want to know who exactly is on my team. Who am I reporting to? Who reports to me? Just have an idea of kind of the who's who. Because one thing, like I said, you always want to make sure you have gone and you've met your team. Whether you're leading them or you're working with them, these are people that you want to make sure you have a good impression. You want to start off on the right foot. I mean, you know the phrase, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And this is so true at work. If you make a bad impression, can it be overcome? Absolutely. But man, it takes time. You have to earn people's trust. If you come in stepping on the right foot, so to speak, life becomes a lot easier. People are like, I don't know them, but they're so, I like them. I like them. And that's the hope. That's what you're aiming for. Next, you want to make sure you are acknowledging everybody. Like I said before, you want to make sure that you say hi. You want to make sure that you make eye contact. You give them the old head nod, whatever it might be. I don't know if does the head nod go up or is it down? I don't know. There's a head nod and you can do it. You can wave, you can go over and shake hands, depending on where you are and what, our world is like, but you can go and shake hands. Let me tell you this. Don't be that person, especially when you're new, to walk over to somebody and give them the old shake of the elbow. There is nothing more cheesy, more awkward than somebody saying, hey, just hi, give the wave, give the nod, give anything, but just don't try to shake the elbow. God, that makes me uncomfortable. If you comment on my videos and if you have questions about anything I've talked about, put it in the comments below. But here's the thing. My comment section is starting to get a little more busy. So if you have questions that you need answers to, your best bet is to consider becoming a channel member. All you have to do is hit the join button and you and me, we're that much closer on a team. All-star team, I'll call it. Again, you don't need to be a member, but it will help you or your question rise to a point where I can see it. And therefore, I put the most effort into getting to those. And that includes on live streams. When I do live streams, channel members get their questions and comments discussed first and foremost. Let's get back into this video though. After you've had a chance to meet people, to say hi, send follow-up emails. It doesn't have to mean like you meet Bob and then you run to your computer and say, Bob, it was nice to meet you. Maybe do it at the end of the day before you go home. Keep a mental list. I highly recommend you just keep notes in your phone as to who you met, where, what their position is. But send a follow-up email. Bob, it was really nice meeting you. I appreciate you showing me this, the break room, the lunch room, whatever you want to call it, or showing me this person, introducing me here, just whatever Bob did. Just say it was thanks. And I really look forward to working with you in the future. I mean, it's that simple, but it's just like, they took a little extra time. I appreciate that. That's all it is. It's just showing that you care. It's showing that you are part of the team. You are committed to knowing about people, being friendly with people. Now, you're going to ask me, Mike, I work remote. Now what do I do? You're going to want to do the exact same thing. Now, I know a lot of things are done through email or group chats or video chats, but I would get the organizational chart. I would start by initially emailing everybody and just introducing yourself. Not everybody, I mean, not the entire company. Everybody that you're working closely with. Give them an email. Introduce yourself a little bit. Don't babble on and on about your kids and your hobbies, but just a little, how are you? Nice to meet you. If you can, schedule video chats, a coffee break kind of chat. I just want to get an understanding of who you're working with, what they look like, how they speak to you, because email can only do so much. I mean, video helps a lot. In person, the best, but video is your next best because you want to see how are people talking to you. Are they timid, shy? Are they aggressive? Are they a little bit goofy? What's the personality that then you can connect to the emails? So you know if something sounds a little bit sharp, well, you know Mike has a little bit of sarcasm, so that's probably sarcasm coming through. And you can learn to accept it or understand at least where the tone might be coming from. So try to get the initial email and then try to get them on a call. Here's the next thing. You're going to introduce yourself to somebody and they're going to say, hi, nice to meet you. You know what? I got to go. It's not offensive. People are in their workday. This is all new to you. You are excited. You hopefully are excited. You are new. You're nervous. This is just another day for them. And you know what? You might just be another employee. They might say, you know what? I don't want to know that guy's name until he's been here a month because we've got high turnover or whatever. So don't take it personally. There's an environment that you're coming into. There's also a situation. There's also work that's been going on that you're not part of. So you may want to just have a chit chat with somebody, but they've got a deadline to meet and they're behind, or something's going on and they've got a jet. It's not personal. So don't just keep that in mind. You may think, well, this person's a jerk, but they're not. They're just doing their job and they got to carry on. And maybe later on in the day, they'll circle back, or next week they'll circle back, or maybe they never will. And then you just realize that guy's just a jerk. But if once you get to know him, get along with him. These are the people that you meet at work. It's all part of the game. I hope that that has helped you just get a little bit more comfortable when you're starting a new job. Again, it's about relationships. It's about learning about people, being curious. I didn't say it, but I always do in my other videos. Actively listening to who people are, what they're actually saying. That said, I'm going to get my coffee and I'm going to see you in the next video. Ciao.